Alright lads, so today we're going to be tackling the new Nightmare Difficult Human Guild Quest. Now for today's video, we are going to be trying out a lot of different teams, a lot of different characters, to see how far we can push this Nightmare Quest. And for our very first team, of course, to no one's surprise, we are going to be using the new 1000-year Blood War SOI FON. With that in mind, we are going to be giving a human killer sticker, a fortification pill, and also a T-set, with a mixture of recharge, strong attack damage, full stamina damage, and also more strong attack damage only when at full stamina. Now, my SOI FON is only SP level 10, so you'll be able to easily replicate my particular build, and with that in mind, we have gone with full stamina and also SP as bonus abilities. Our second character is going to be Geo. Now, in his case, we are using a golden Shappy Hollow Baits, with these three particular soul traits: normal attack damage, last ditch survival, and also paralysis duration, because that's one thing to keep in mind. There are paralysis pools on this map. Geo is unfortunately immune to poison, so with that link that we are using the Halloween Yachlu, we are then giving a bonus ability to make it so he's immune to poison. And then obviously with that, we are giving the extra 200 attack, and for the sake of the showcase, I have removed his extra attack slot, so essentially he only has 500 additional attack and also focus, essentially performing like a special move level 2 character. And then our third character is going to be Aaroniero. The main purpose for her to be on this team is to make sure SOI FON does more damage, and the way we're going to do that is with this particular skill, where she increases power attribute surplus damage by 40% to any enemy that is inflicted with a status ailment. Now, SOI FON can inflict paralysis and also weakening. Very high chance to do so, so we're going to easily take advantage of that extra 40% damage. And Mashira as a character also does have killer too. She will be doing damage. She's not really here to do damage, she's more so to boost SOI FON. Her extra damage will help out. So with that in mind, we went with this build. Obviously, use a sticker, Masanga. I'm just going to go with this. It doesn't matter all too much. And then with that, we've gone with a mixture of recharge, strong attack damage, and of course we are then also using the new 9th anniversary renewed Mugetsu link to get that extra 20% strong attack damage, again mainly on SOI FON. So that's team number 1. Let's jump into the quest. So this should come very easy, and the great part is that SOI FON is going to serve as our team booster, so we're going to use our SA1 to activate the boost, already inflict a status ailment, and then I guess we'll let Geo do the damage. We're not trying to go for like a super fast clear time, we're just trying to clear for the most part. But let's use our SA1 now. SA1 has really good range and almost guarantees to inflict the status ailment, right? Unfortunately, as I say that, we used 2 strong attacks and not a single enemy did get inflicted with status ailment. But you can basically see there that most of the time that SA1 is going to take out an entire wave. All the mobs that spawn in, right? Going into Tsukishima. Let's use our SA1. There you go. Everyone goes down. Doing a good amount of damage here. And then we're going to save all our attacks for the final boss. Let's use our Soyon. Let's use our EX attack. And then let's finish up with the 3 and then 1. There you go. Nice and easily done. Probably one of the better teams that you can actually bring. Really good team synergy across all 3 characters here. SOI FON herself is doing a lot of great damage. Protecting the team with the paralysis. Boosting the team with the SA2. And then, of course, Geo is going to be our mainstay no attack damage character. Mashiro, while she can do damage, is mainly buffing our main DPS, that being SOI FON. For our next thing, we're going to do something very similar. In this case, let's say hypothetically you do not own a Valentine's Day Mashiro. We're going to go with a more traditional team. In this case, SOI FON as our main. Nothing's changed with her. Nothing's also changed with Geo. But of course, one of the cheat codes to this particular Guild Quest phase that's going to make it more easier than to a certain extent having SOI FON is the free-to-play Tatskis. That's why merely human GQ is never going to be an issue. You have access to really good free-to-play Nat characters that also serve as a team booster. But obviously, in the case for SOI FON, since she's fulfilling that role, we don't need to give her recharge link. So in her case, golden Chappy Hollow Bait with 3 normal attack damage soul traits, one of them also giving us paralysis, because we need that immunity. Remember, Tatsuki herself is not immune to paralysis, so let's jump in the quest and see how this team does perform. Now remember, you have access to 5 different Tatskis. You generally could pick which one you want to. I chose this to go with the power one, mainly due to the fact that the final boss is a technique character. Now, somehow, we have not inflicted a status ailment until after like 3 attacks, which is shocking. But what you are going to notice is that our team is going to be relatively safe. The SA1 should keep us covered. I kind of messed up the SA3 there. How are we getting like so unlucky on status procs? I mean, it's fine. It's fine. In this case, let's use our EX just because I have no attacks ready. Spam all the attacks there. Let's use our SA1. Going into Tsukishima, we can use our SA1. That should inflict a status ailment. Yes, it does. SA2 will keep the enemies or our teammates boosted. Let them finish up. Tatsuki lost a bit. They both lost a bit of full stamina, but that's fine. Might use our Soyon here. SA1. and then finish up with the 3. Nice and easily done. So with SOI FON on your team, you can definitely use any other character you want to. You can use double Tatsuki, you can use Mishira on your team to get the extra, damage to paralyzed enemies. If you've been playing this game long enough, you should have access to 2 really good Nat characters. So definitely recommend whipping out those Tatsukis, even if you don't have SOI FON. And let's say, for example, you don't own 1000 Year Blood with SOI FON. Well, a decent potential alternative that you can use is going to be Fierce Battle SOI FON. So it looks like SOI FON is going to be the dedicated go-to character when it comes to human killer content. So in this case, same exact build, sticker, fortification pill, also T-set, with a mixture of recharge, full stamina, more strong attack damage when at full stamina, and in my case, my SOI FON is SP level 10. If you had the focus slot, you will obviously do more damage, full stamina, and also SP as bonus abilities, although truth be told, giving her weakened defense might not be the worst thing to do here. Geo is basically staying the exact same, no need to change him here, and then in this case, for our third character, we are going to be using Senkamon Tatsuki. Now in this case, I'm choosing to use the Mind one, more so to make it so we can get through the 4th boss quicker, but it also means at no point will this character be having attribute disadvantage. Like our last quest, you might want to use the power one, but in my case, I feel like I'm going to need that extra 500 attack, which you can easily do since she's free to play. I don't want to reroll the 6 slot on the power Tatsuki, so instead I'm opting to use the Mind one. Now in this case, I'm using a golden Chappy Chappy Holo Bait. Could use the sticker. I haven't worked on it right now, so I'm just going to use the Holo Bait. And then we have 3 recharge soul trades, one of them giving us paralysis duration, because again, we do need to get that paralysis immunity. Although again, depending on how you go about it, you don't need the immunity, because SOI FON, what you will notice here is that she does have a trap effect, which can remove the status on the floor. Just to play it safe though, we're going to go with this build. Let's jump into the quest. Right, so how I like to start the quest is I like to flash step forward, and then we're going to use our SA3 and hopefully drag most of the mobs in. If anything, there'll be like 1 or 2 leftover mobs, right? So then we got most of them down, which is good. For the most part, you want to make sure you kill all the small mobs as fast as possible. That way you can focus on the main boss, or more so the Nat characters can actually do most of the damage on the boss. So in this case, all of them are getting paralyzed. You'll notice here that the SOI FON is a very stationary kit, right? Constantly paralyzing, which is overall good. It means we have more protection for the most part. Let's use our SA2, then 3 downwards. The trap does remove the effects on the floor, the paralysis pool, so that could be a way for us to not need any potential paralysis immunity. But going into Tsukishima, let's use our SA3. There we go. Thus far, that's good. We're looking really good right now, actually. 20 seconds to go. We can get into the final boss anytime soon. That'd be great. Let's use our 1. And then use our SA2. Going into the final boss. 14 seconds to spare. Can we do it? Looking good right now. Let's SA2. We don't even need to use the Sobbum. It doesn't really do much. Might as well use it anyway. SA1. SA2. And there we go. I'm not going to lie. That took me quite a few resets to do. But that's the general gist. SOI FON honestly does work as a main if you actually don't have 1000 Year Blood War SOI FON. Any extra dupes that you can get would be better. Of course, Geo 5.5 would make this quest a lot easier. If you had SOI FON 5.5 or even duped out focus slot unlocked, that would obviously be a lot better too. And then again, I think having a max run to the Tatsuki is almost needed, at least with this particular SOI FON team that we are using. Other than that though, there's not really much other characters we can bring. You can maybe get away with Zapdo and even Mishira, but you're definitely going to have to get them duped out, right? Of course, the main 2 leads here are going to be 1000 Year Blood War SOI FON, and of course also Fierce Battle SOI FON. Both of them are good leads, obviously 1000 Year Blood War being better. And at that point, bring your max strength to the Tatsukis, or bring a Geo if you have him duped out, and you will be able to beat this quest. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but either way, those are the 3 teams that we did use today. Basically 2 teams, right? Both SOI FON as a leads. Not really much side. It's basically Geo or Tatsuki. In this case, for both teams, we use both. But with that said, I hope you liked and enjoyed the video. In the comments below, let me know what characters you are using, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, and peace.